subscribe, and all that good stuff, and like and comment. Now, there's a lot of news out there, of course, every day. Recent news, right? Because I watch wrestling sometimes too. That's another type of media that I'm interested in. But a longtime veteran, R Truth, Ron Killings, aka better known as R Truth. He has a lot of different nicknames. He was released from WWE. I don't know if they fully have cut ties with him, but a lot of people been in an uproar about R Truth from WWE. If you don't know what WWE is, it's the World Wrestling Entertainment. Once was McMahon's company, and now it's not. It's owned by TKO and a whole bunch of investors. But recently, our truth been let go. He's a veteran in WWE. Um, a lot of people loved him, and they got rid of him. It's an unpopular, you know, judgment. A lot of people are talking about it all over social media, and including his co-workers. They're talking about it, and they did not like that our truth was released from WWE. um, his last match was against John Cena. He's probably a big, you know catch for other companies, the competition. Hopefully he comes back to WWE, and a lot of their fans. Our truth brought humor. I thought he's the reason I start watching WWE even more, because he's known as our truth. He's been around. He's been around. He's been wrestling for probably almost 30 years. Probably almost 30 years, right? He actually was a rapper too. He actually rapped. He met Tupac, the late Tupac, right, at an event, and he's a pretty good rapper and a wrestler. And he was released from his duties just recently. Kind of sad, man, that he lost his job. But hopefully, you guys put him back on. He's humorous and he got skill. He's still in shape. You need your veterans, WWE. Now, I'm going to talk about these guys, the Clips, the Clips, legends in the game. Let me bring back the pick. Legends in the game. They got a new album finally coming out. The Clips, finally, they will be coming out with an album after so long. And the big controversy, what makes it interesting, is that they got Kendrick Lamar on the album. Kendrick Lamar is on the album. At first, I guess they were on Def Jam, and Def Jam did not want that song what they have together, so they dropped Def Jam so they could have that also on their album, because they're good with Kendrick, the Clips. If anybody doesn't know who the Clips are and you're too young, right, which is kind of crazy, they were signed to Pharrell. Pharrell, one of the biggest producers in urban music game. Pharrell Williams, Nerd, you remember them? They produced many people, a lot of artists, hip hop artists and pop artists. Um, the Clips, hopefully, they come with another classic, and Kendrick is supposed to be on that album, but it's getting some. I guess Def Jam did not want that. They didn't want another situation like the UMG. I'm guessing that song is basically a diss song to Drake. Yeah, probably a diss song to Drake, right? What's his name? Pusha been talking recently, even against Kanye West's ex boss, saying that he doesn't respect him. Pusha T been talking about Kanye too. So we shall see what comes of that. But another story, right? Goofy story, man. I don't know if I get this guy's. This guy, who I'm talking. The biggest goof in the six was at Wonderland with the same chain that was stolen or robbed from another rapper in the city, right? This guy loves the drama, but he brought the evidence on camera once again. Now, how smart is that? That unless you don't get, you must not care. You actually have the evidence because you know what? It's the streets, I guess. What's his name? K Money is not going to report it. That's why he's feeling. But if someone doesn't report it, isn't that kind of dangerous still? If you do something to someone and you take their belongings and they don't do anything, man, you gotta wonder. You gotta really wonder. You gotta wonder what's going on if they don't do anything. And he knows the politics, I guess, top five. And maybe that's why he does not care to show it on camera because no one is reporting stolen property. But they see it. Like I said, the hip hop police is alive and well, even in Toronto. They see it and they'll make it happen, make the streets talk. That's what's going to happen. But this man's at Wonderland showcasing the chain live on Kick or Twitch, right? And all of that. And Twitch or whatever, Kick and Stake are invested in this. You guys are investing in something like this? Has to be that Drake cosign. Has to be that Drake cosign for you guys to invest in this shit. This guy's doing all types of madness on the net, right? Intimidate, talking, beefing. But he got what you got to do to get a deal? You got to go to jail. You got to go to prison to get into this club. Let me know if it's worth it. If it's guaranteed that I could get a stake deal or a kick deal or some type of deal, let me know what crime I have to do so I could get it because it seems that society awards people who do a lot of wrongs. Putting in work means doing criminal activity, I guess. When you do criminal activity, you get rewarded. That sounds like the message, right? Wrong message to give. It's a wrong message. He robbed the chain from this fella. This fella, which had a situation earlier, like I'm talking probably a month earlier at a Raptors game, getting robbed from top five's entourage. K Money. This is the same guy after he got robbed, he went on a popular platform in Toronto and spoke about it, right? And then back and forth happened that these guys, right, K Money and his people robbed or took the chain from top five is manager. D Money. Listen to the names. D Money. So they're going by the alphabet. And now back and forth happened that they came back to this guy and robbed him of his chain. The first interaction, I don't think they robbed anything. They just, tried to beat him up. But this time they took the chain and give him a beating. And then in result to that, his brother, which he should, Casper TNG, you know, is defending in some type of way and dissing back the GGGs or top five over this whole situation, this back and forth. Is this helping Toronto? No. The war in the six, I done an episode recently about it. It's not helping. It's just gonna get worse. People are gonna get more emotional. They're gonna take it to the street because this guy loves trouble. He loves trouble. I don't think he cares about music anymore because he would have already came out with music. He just cares about content. So as much trouble he can do to get content, he will do. And that's what he has done. Going to Wonderland with this guy's chain, right? And laughing about it, making jokes about it. It won't be jokes if they catch up to him though, you know? And I don't think anybody will feel sorry for him. But other news out there, they're talking about Diddy a lot. They cannot stop talking about Diddy. New things come up, I'm not surprised. New things pop up, I'm not surprised about the whole Diddy case. Been talking about Diddy for a long time. Nothing what's coming out is surprising me at all. You had people on a lot of social platforms been talking, and people were looking on them crazy like Jaguar Wright. they were looked on as crazy, but now a lot of the stuff Jaguar Wright was saying, now it's more reality for a lot of people. How do you feel now? Hmm. But in regards, I'm gonna go back to the Toronto scene. There's a lot of great artists from the city, and don't make this bullshit overshadow. I will not make myself this bullshit overshadow the great talent what is out there. We got a lot of good talent. Big Chill, what's that up? What's that top five people shut up on the? Yeah, this is okay. He claims Jungle top five, or he's from that area, right? That happened because of whoever's associated. Remember, he was seen on camera there, and he was seen on camera in Jane and Finch not too long ago with the Mad Mollies, and then he was seen on camera at another hood, right? So we don't know what is really going on if these guys are fighting for his attention. But it's just a coincidence that this guy is out and a lot of these things happen. I've been hearing about seven shooting, seven shot or something like that in Jungle, right? In the West End. I've been hearing about that. I know other platforms are talking about that, right? Big Chill, they are talking about that. But this is what's ruining our, like, it was all right for a little bit, but this is what's screwing up our city for in regards to artists, for people who want to invest and to move forward. Yeah, yesterday. So that happened yesterday. Not this is not too long after he was there, right? One man in his 40s died, five shot. Damn, last night. See? Something is going on. You know what they're going to do? They're going to do a roundup. I was saying it. They're going to do a roundup of a whole bunch of people, including top five, unless top five's an informant, like people been saying, right? Unless he's an informant working for the police, he will not get locked up. But just coincidence, the place where he was at, saying, talking about, got shot up. Because probably they're looking maybe for him and his people. They're probably looking for him. Remember what happened. Remember what happened. Top five and his people beat a man. They beat a man who represents downtown or region sections, right? Yeah, they followed him from Wonderland. Oh, so you're saying that they followed top five's people from Wonderland and then that happened? Let me know, Big Chill. I know you know the scoop. So was this after that whole kick thing? If it's after that kick thing and the whole Wonderland thing, yeah, because Wonderland, it seems that he's chilling in the West now because he was in the West area or Wilson, more like Wilson, right? Yorkdale area. It's not too far. Wonderland is in the West End. So I could see that happening. Easy to follow him. Don't know who followed him. Did he get shot though? I don't think there's no reports of top five getting shot. But it's outside season now and it's hot. So yo, if you are like him, my advice, don't go out too much because he's a big target and he talks a lot. He's a big target and he talks a lot. My advice, do not go out too much, right? Wonderland by Steels. Yeah. Yeah, not too far from where Jungle is. It's not a big distance and stuff. So my thing is, did his people get shot? Did his people get shot? Like Jungles by Lawrence. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's by Lawrence and Allen. Yeah. And you could get off Yorkdale too and go there too. You could get off from Yorkdale still, right? And get go to Jungle. Depends which side, right? Um, my thing is, did he get shot? Did top five get shot or almost shot? Nothing like that we have heard, but it's a warning. That what happened is probably a warning to him that they can get him. And by being on social media on the net, they could track you now. By being live on Kick is all a trap. They could get you now because they'll say, "Oh, he's live on Kick in this area." Snitch low still, but the streets are hot. Yeah, the streets are hot, and a big target, right, and a big reward would be top five because he talks a lot. And for years, people don't like him and they blame him for certain things, probably, right? And it ain't no good that the Wassas ain't backing him anymore. The Wassas ain't backing him anymore, it seems. He made Jungle a target now. Shit, Jungle has been a target for a good while. For a good while, man. Yeah, he made Jungle a target now. It's kind of crazy that he made Jungle a target now. It's mad and insane, right? I lost a cousin from there about 2000 and I think 2005. Yeah, he ain't even from there, man. From there. He doesn't care what he's doing. He's using people. He's a ghetto celebrity. So he went to Driftwood the other day with the Mod Mollies or whatever, and then he goes to Jungle where he kind of was associated, right? Or he was there for a while. So he's trying to get allies. He's getting allies from certain people, even though he was in the East the whole time when people thought he was in the West. Probably he was in the East in a condominium chilling. But now that spot got people know about it. So now he's all the way in the West. The worst place is to be in the city. You need to go in the outskirts if you're all these guys, Pressa and all them. Pressa's dad's a Jane Street legend. Yeah. The difference with, okay, I'm going to talk about those Toronto politics. The difference with Pressa and his brother, right? And people like that, they have background in the hood or the streets, meaning uncles, parents, uncles, their parents, and cousins from before they were doing anything, right? And Top Five does not have that history. He's his parents, I'll be straight up, came as probably refugees here. Top Five's only 20, 25 or something, so he's young. Who was here before, cousins and shit like that. So when it comes to the streets, he gotta be quiet regarding Pressa and even other people who have family, not people who's your friends, people who's have respect in the streets, the roots. Pressa's daddy, yeah, yeah, that's the difference. Top Five can't say he has an uncle and cousin or whatever who's from the 80s or from the early 90s before he was born, or if not the early 2000s when he was a baby. That's the difference. Pressa's dad was in the streets and his brother and other people when before they're all born. Before they're all born, they're the roots. So, what's his name? Top Five. He could talk all he wants, but he has to talk only to a limit. He has a limit he could speak about. He's hiding in the West. You know what? Not just Top Five. A lot of these guys who are known celebrities in Toronto, why are you in the city? Like you could come to your city, but once you reach a certain level, you need to go to the burbs, buddy. You need to buy a place or some place outskirts where none of your enemies are close to or can't even go to. You could go in and out to the city, but why are you in the city? Like go to the outskirts. Go to Mississauga. Go to Brampton. Not saying there ain't no one down there, but go to Pickering and stuff like that. You're going to the city where it's hot and the guys are hungry for you, and you are like a reward if they knock you off. Come on, man. Wonderland, and you're on kick. Any one of these guys could have been waiting out of Wonderland who don't like you. It's crazy, man. But I know a lot of people be talking about this whole Top Five stuff constantly. The shooting, at Lawrence, the jungle area. And they're gonna try to talk about like how I talk about Top Five regarding this, right? This is the big news, right? And I don't know how Kick gave this guy. Well, I know I Kick gave him a deal. Drake and Steak, they gave him a deal. How long would that last? I don't know. I knew that this guy would go in and out of jail, right? And I said that someone like this in the streets who talks a lot, unless you're with the police, is not gonna last long. So, unless he's suicidal, good luck to him because he's not immune to a bullet, right? But we don't want to see no more violence in the street. But the more you talk, the more you're gonna bring that attention to yourself, right? But There must be other news besides that. This fool, right? He just loves trouble, and he just wants attention, so he could be uh famous, I guess. Right? Not a rapper. He just wants to be famous. No, let me read this. Let me take off my glasses. No, presses that he didn't. Bricks. Yeah, brown bricks. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. Respect to him. All the OGs know him. You know what's the problem? A lot of these youngsters, not all of them, forget they're still OGs who run the streets. They think because it's an age thing. It's not hip hop. Actually, age is what makes you stronger in the streets if you know about organized crime. Age is what makes you more stronger. Let me say it one more time. Age is what makes you more stronger because you build relationships over time, and the other people trusted you because they know you for years, and you're serious, and you're not on social media. So most OGs, they're not on social media, the guys who are in the streets. So all of this makeup shit, what we see on all these Toronto blogs, like these guys are gangsters. You are not real gangsters. You're just CB4. Nothing different than Chris Rock in the movie. CB4 playing a role. You may be from those neighborhoods. You might know some people, but now you are a rapper. Things gonna get serious, bro. Yeah, it's gonna get crazy. They must smarten up how they spend their money. They're not even smart, man. They don't even say, let me take all this money and open a store. Even if you're trying to wash your money, none of these guys take their money and open a business, right? A lot of them are lazy. So I guess the easy way is to get a deal from Steak or Kick. That's like for what's his name there, right? For a top five. A lot of these guys, if they so-called have they have this chain, what they could buy almost a house. Not one of them have a storefront in Toronto. Not one of you have a business. Nothing. You just have chains around your neck to show. A chain. Real wealthy people don't show their wealth. Real rich people don't show their wealth. Yeah, you can't spend your money when you're dead. Do they even give it to their family members and shit? I'm gonna tell you, Least Pressa and his brother are smart. They got their mother a house, and I guarantee that house is not even in Toronto, right? As much as people want to talk about Mula, he probably has a house, and it's not even in Toronto. State money's fake money. uh, State money is fake money. Yo, Presser probably has a house, and it's not even in Toronto. A lot of those guys with the Wasas, I gotta give them. They're smart. They don't. They use their money and they invest in stuff to get out of the city, buy property. Those guys are smart, right? Did Kick drop him? I don't know. I keep hearing people saying that he's going live on Kick and he has Steak and stuff. I don't know. If you could give me some info. I know he's talking like he's with Steak and Kick still, Mr. Five. I would see that they would want to drop him after learning about him. Press got a sick house in LA. Yeah, these guys invest. Press already has a house in LA. He has a house over here. These guys invest in stuff. He has a business too, an online store selling merch. The other guy, listen, if I was to talk how I really feel, they might even ban this live, yo. They will ban this live. They would say it's something. But I'm not gonna say everybody. You want me to say this, chill? I'm not gonna say everybody. I'm not gonna blame everybody. I'm not gonna blame everybody, but I'm gonna be honest because some other platforms won't be honest with you. All right. I notice in Toronto's music scene, hip hop scene, or whatever, ever since, right? And there's no hate. A lot of the Somalian brothers started to do this hip hop stuff. It's more negative. The scene has gone a negative way. Keeps It Solid, for example, one of the guys is from that background. I notice a lot of content makers are from that background, but the rappers, like ever since Top Five and the certain individuals, from that community been in there, they look on black culture as hip hop. That's, if correct me if I'm wrong. And when they look on it as hip hop, they look on the negativity part, right? Being refugees coming as newcomers to Canada. That's all they see as the black culture is hip hop. They don't look on other historical stuff. So to me, ever since the influx of people like Top Five, the scene has the hip hop. It's not even hip hop anymore. It's just beef. I said it, right? Sure. Yeah, I done said it. I know good Somalian brothers, right? Some of them I had as friends back in the day. I know a lot of good North African brothers, but for some reason in the hip hop game, besides what's his name again, Conan or whatever, I forgot his name, right? When Top Five came, and there's some others, I'm not naming them all. It's been negative. Haj Bastro or Haji Bastro, and who's the other guy? I forgot what the other guy's name is. But ever since they've been in the scene, they just promote gangster shit. Their fathers were child soldiers, true gangsters, but their kids are internet gangsters. So that's what it is. I think they're fighting the anger of having their background. They want to be. They took that stuff, that revolutionary stuff, and twisted it to this gangster shit in the Americas or Canada. A lot of these guys, they do have fathers too with them. Don't get it twisted. Some of them don't. Their mothers come here as refugees, but a lot of them do have fathers. I don't know if their fathers are with this or they don't respect their dad. But let me tell you something. If I'm doing gangster stuff, right? At, at a certain age, my background's Jamaican. I don't need to tell you anymore. I had my dad in my life. I don't need to tell you anymore. Jamaican man, me go out there and do some crimes and thinking that I could come back home comfortably. I'd rather be in the prison. Trust me. You don't like Caribbean. Somali. Of course, they don't like Caribbean because you know why they don't like it? Because we respect our elders, probably. Not all of these Somalis I'm gonna put because a lot of us respect our elders and respect our mothers, and it's a different culture what they cannot understand, right? Their culture they come from, which I'm not gonna dig into it. The woman has to be submissive. So when the woman is submissive, it could be your mother. They don't have to. They don't have to respect the woman at all, right? So especially if the father's not there, right? Especially if the father's not there. So guess what? A lot of us don't care if they don't respect us. I mean, they do respect us in a way because they're trying to sound like the Jamaican. They do respect us, right? They have to respect us because most of the people who started this hip hop shit is Caribbean. I can't even count too much people from their culture who are in hip hop. They want to be in. And in Toronto, we put them in. Okay? It would be hard in America for you to get that. The furthest they got is Nipsey Hussle. That's the furthest they got was Nipsey Hussle and Wallow, right? Who's a podcaster, and Gilly. That's the furthest they got. That's it. But that this part of the pod will be controversial what I'm talking, but it's facts. It is facts. I heard other people talk about it. They want to prove themselves because their whole lives they've been under a religious, type of background where they had to go to the mosque, and people probably made fun of them. So now they want to be tough like the other black people. At one point when I was going to high school, a lot of Somalian people did not consider themselves black. They never considered themselves black or part of the culture, right? Yeah, it's controversial what I'm saying, but when I was going to school, a lot of Somalians never considered themselves black. They didn't want to be associated with other Africans or even West Caribbeans. But that's how it is, people. But I'm off of this. I'm Bless Up Big Chill. Please subscribe, like, and comment. I'm out. That's the news.